All right, what is up, everyone? My name is Chris. Today, I'm going to be talking about the player proposal that came up today on TSN. I saw this on Twitter earlier, and I figured, you know what, I'm going to make a video about it. There isn't really much to post, and I think it's kind of a pretty good topic right now to talk about. But basically, what this was a proposal that the players put out for, the whole map out of the season. So what it is it basically consists of training camp starting in early July, right? Then you have the rest of the 1920 regular season finishing in late July. You have the playoffs in August and September, so that'll carry over. Then you have the draft, free agency, all that good stuff in October. And then in November, you'll have the 2020-2021 season begins. Now, to me, there's like two big things. This is one, the NHL players are not going to get an off season. That's another thing. There's like no time for a break, no frame for a break, anything. I don't know what that's going to hold. And another thing is starting in November is like, there's going to be a lot of like back-to-back games, because if you want to fit in 82 games and try to finish the season at normal time, where it usually will finish towards the end of March, like the first like week of April, and that's usually when the NHL season begins. There's going to be a lot of games back to back. There's going to be no bye week. They might not even do an all-star game, to be honest with you, because you don't know what's going to happen. If they do, I'd be surprised. I don't even know what they would do there. To me, there's probably going to be no international games where like teams go over to like China or Czech Republic like the Flyers did this season. Probably going to be nothing like that. I don't know what's going to happen. But for the teams already out of the playoffs, it doesn't necessarily matter to them. But for the Flyers and, those other teams that are in playoff spots, teams competing, there's really going to be no all season, especially the team that, wins the Stanley Cup, because it's going to be like you're basically going to have about a month off. That's about it. Compared to if, the season usually ends, you'd have about 2 months off. So it's like, would you rather the season end in a normal time, where it ends in the first like 2 weeks of June, and then you have, like 2.5 months, and then it's preseason, and then obviously training camp, then preseason? Or would you rather have it where the playoffs basically end in like, I guess you could say mid to late September, and then you have just October off, and then say like the first like week of November they start? It's really like, that's like about a month off. That's it. I don't know if, players are going to be wanting that. And I don't know what the league's going to say, because again, like, this is a player proposal, but I don't know what's going to happen here. And it's funny that, like, this stuff happens, because it's like the AHL already said that they're not lifting their season until the beginning of May. That's the latest that they'll start to play. The ECHL, which is the league under the AHL, so that's the Reading Royals, if you're comparing this to the Flyers, so it's the Flyers, Phantoms, then the Royals, they canceled the rest of their season. And I'm sure there's going to be other sports, leagues all over the world. I'm sure the NBA is probably close to canceling, because there's now 4 more players that just tested positive on the Brooklyn Nets with COVID-19, the coronavirus. So it's like, I really don't know what's going to happen here. It's crazy stuff, man. It really is. But I just wanted to give in, my opinion on this, because I think it's a pretty hot topic right now, on social media, stuff like that. But again, I'm hoping hockey can resume. To be honest with you, my opinion on this, I don't necessarily mind it if you're able to play, and obviously if it slows down and you want to finish out the season, depending on how long this is. But it really, at this point, I would just say bag the rest of the season, and I would just say go straight to playoffs if you're the teams. I'd say if you're able to open up and maybe do like a week or two thing, where it's like you have like maybe like a mini training camp or something like that to get players back in shape. I don't know. And then you just do the playoffs, but who knows? But again, we got a podcast coming tonight. Probably going to be talking especially about this player proposal and a bunch of other things. Maybe go through some old Flyers things that me and Amadeo were thinking about doing. But again, podcast, articles, those links are on my channel. Hope you guys enjoy this one. I'll see you guys in the next one, and goodbye.